Hey everybody, Mark from Northeast Bass Fishing. How you doing? I'm going to do the next bait room setup video. Shouldn't take as long as some of those other ones. As you can see, I got all the jerk baits and crankbaits over there piled up, and I just took everything off that shelf, which was all my terminal tackle. So I just figured I'd just show you the few boxes of terminal tackle I have here and how I kind of have them set up. I like these small boxes for my terminal tackle, and this box is just Ned rigs. Different companies that I've gotten over the years, just different sizes, different weights, and these are lead. I think I got these. I think these are probably from Lure Parts Online. So there's a lot of mixtures here. Lure Parts Online, just random companies, probably some Z-Mans mixed in, just a little bit of everybody. And like I said, I like these small boxes for like Ned heads or small terminal tackle baits, because if I find if I have too much terminal tackle in one box, it just gets so heavy, and then if you have 2 or 3 of them in the boat, you really weigh yourself down. So that's just Neds in that one. I know there's another. Oh yeah, I'll just kind of try to stick with these are all the old Tech Baits Neds that we used to have, different colors, and I really do like different color heads for my Neds. So you see some chartreuse, some orange. Those pink ones are great when I'm bed fishing. That candy raspberry colors, they're all great. Oranges, the blues. I like having a different color head. And if you just have black or just nickel color ones, you can always just take some nail polish and paint them up, just to give it a little extra attraction. So that's more Neds there. Let's see. I guess I'll just stick to this side and see what we got. This is my drop shot box, and this is a combination of drop shot hooks, drop shot weights. And as you can see, all my different drop shot weights here, different hooks that I've acquired over the different drop shot hooks and trocars. Let's see what else we got. Some different weights. I usually try to cut out, like this is Wicked Weights, I believe, Tungsten. What I usually try to do is cut out like whoever the company is, and just throw it in there with the weight, but then stuff winds up getting mixed up anyway. There's a lot of tungsten weights in there. All different types of drop shot hooks that I like and that I try, as you guys can see. G Finesses, some Gamakatsus, and then some different ones. Some of the rebarb hooks, if you want to do more of a weedless presentation instead of just nose hooking your baits. But just some different drop shot baits there. And this is my main drop shot box. So that keeps everything together. This is my, I guess you could say, older drop shot box that has like lead, big heavy drop shot weights. I think these are from Tech Baits. I think Eric poured these back in the day. Some half ounce, so those are like heavier ones, lead ones. I don't think there's any tungsten in here. Those old stand-up hooks, if you guys ever saw them, which are actually kind of a cool idea. Makes it easy to drop shot with that stand-up hook. So I'm just messing around. I'll use those hooks, not use my more expensive ones, but just different drop shot hooks. Those if you want to do that power shotting. You can see you can just do your tag end there with your weight, and then your main line there if you want to do a power shot with a bigger bait. These are just different weights from over the years, but another drop shot box. Let's see. This is my Carolina rig box. I don't Carolina rig a lot. But different types of weights you can Carolina rig with, like brass, some lead. I like these ones that are with the brass and glass that are pre-made. You just tie them up. All you need is a leader. These actually work very well. These Lindy's work well. Some beads. just some regular drop shot, just weights if you're going to just do it the old-fashioned way. I tend to use the quick, you know, pre-made brass and glass ones, and just, you know, because I don't Carolina rig that much. I don't Carolina rig that much. But that's the kit. If I know I'm going to Carolina rig, that goes in the boat. Let's see. I guess I'll just do these little boxes first. This is just different swim bait hooks. Some of the beast hooks here, the trocars, swim bait hooks, different belly weighted, different size gaps. Usually, like, I leave these little tags in here just so I don't forget, like there. It's your 1/4 ounce, but a 6/0 hook, and so forth. Some of the screw-in heads, screw-in ones here. These ones are just, if you want to just kind of Texas rig it. But some different, these are for big swim baits. You're going to throw the big swim baits, that's the box I need. Alright, let's see. I guess I'll stick with the small ones. You guys have seen my video on lead-free bass jigs, company up here my way. Since we are in a no-lead state, I have a place I can get football heads and hair jigs that are lead-free. So when I'm dragging one of those football head or those spider jigs around, this is my lead-free box. Different sizes, different gap sizes. Some of them are like, I think some of these are 1/0 hooks, some of them are 2/0s. But that's just my lead-free bass jigs. You guys can check out my other video on lead-free bass jigs. I'll put a link to that in the description if you guys want to check them out. Oh, let's see, what do we got here? Just some various ball head jigs. That I've, you know, acquired over the years. Let's see. Dave's Bait and Tackle used to be up in New York by my mom's in Saugandog. He used to always have all these cool jig heads. This Mad River company. I don't know if they still exist. Mad River Fly Tying Materials.co. So I don't know if that company still exists, but there's some of those in there. Different types of screw-on heads. Like this is shaky heads I got from him back in the day. And this is all lead stuff. So I don't throw that around here, but you know, just different types of ball head jigs. So if I'm going to be somewhere where there's no lead laws, I'll bring these with me. If I'm going to do, you know, shaky head fishing or something like that, but it doesn't get to go out around here very often. Let's see, various hooks and weights. You guys can see some old Gamakatsu hooks, some rolled red hooks. Let's see. I forget what these are for. If it says it on there. So probably all rubbed off. Yeah, it's not going to say. I think that was to make my own jigs, my jig skirts or something. I forget what those were exactly. Something I got from Lure Parts, but it's all rubbed. Things all rubbed off. I forget what those are for. But these are the brass weights that I still do use occasionally. Gambler makes these. They're brass, and they have rattles in them. So if you don't have rattles on your, you want to add rattles to your soft plastic, these rattle weights from Gambler are a good idea. And I had a bunch of those. I used to use those a lot back in the day before I kind of switched over to tungsten. But I still do use them occasionally. They are legal around here because they're made out of brass. But that's just an old hooks and weights box. If I want those rattle weights, I'll pull this one out. Alrighty, let's see. Okay, I think it's all the small boxes. Let's just go here. This box here is all the different Bass Cave jigs I've got. You guys in Jersey know these very well. Lots of different sizes I picked up over the years at the outdoor shows whenever I saw Mike. And it's a nice jig head. Now I can't use these up here anymore, but when I'm not in a lead state, I can definitely throw them on. Some, looks like some tube heads here, different tube heads. Different football, I guess these are all tubes. They got the little rattles on them. So, some Bass Cave jigs. Some tubes with rattles, and this must be some lure part stuff. Probably just like a mushroom head. 1/4 ounce painted barbarian bullet nose head. These are probably from lure parts, yeah. Lure parts online. Just some jig heads from them. So just some various jig heads here, you guys can see. As you heard, I just knocked everything over. I knew that those small boxes were going to fall. These are nice little boxes you can get at Harbor Freight, and they're very inexpensive if you want a bigger box for. And this is kind of a combo. You'll see in a minute. I had this was like a tungsten box, and then it kind of became just a mixture of a lot of stuff. And then I took all the tungsten and put it in one, or at least most of the tungsten. So this has a combo of some tungsten stuff and some. Just some regular lead stuff. Some Picassos. I bought these at an outdoor show. This STC, they had their nice Neds I bought from them. STC Ned heads with a sickle hook. Snagler tackle. I got those at an outdoor show in Jersey before I moved up here. You guys have seen my video on Secret Lures. It's a very cool setup if you want to throw the stupid tube. That's their hooks. Some various other hooks here. These look like wacky worm sled head jigs. Yeah, just some different wacky worm jig hook setups here. Some old school stuff. Looks like wacky worm. This is like a bigger Ned. Those are from Wacky Worm. You can tell from that packaging. Let's see what we got here. This is I believe Pete made me these for Stoneman and Son Lures. Some EWG Ned heads. Let's see. Here's some more tungsten stuff over here. It's a pretty cool way to throw your tubes or your wacky worms. You guys can see how you put the weight through the bait on the side. You guys may have seen these pro wacky weights before. Tubes you can use them with. You can use them with wacky worms. A bunch of those. Just some different tungsten flipping heads. Some kits from Woo. And some Eco Pros here. So some cool stuff. Just a little mixture of everything here. So, and these boxes are very inexpensive and they're cool if you want to use them for terminal tackle or for whatever. I got at Harbor Freight. Got a couple of them. They do work well. All right, let's see what we got here. This is my tungsten hook and weight box. Red hooks, which I like. Regular flipping hooks. Some tungsten weights from 6 Cents, from Woo. Wicked weights, various other companies, different size weights, different size hooks, bobber stops, which I do sometimes. A lot of times I just don't. I don't use a bobber stop. I'll just let the weight just go free through there. So this is my flipping box that goes on the boat when I go out fishing. And I'm going to be flipping soft plastics. That is definitely a box I bring with me. This is my other, I believe, tungsten box. Lead football jigs. Oh, this is I was wrong. I didn't know I had another box of Bass Cave stuff. I guess I do. I'm more organized than I thought I was. I see what I did. This is all my lead football head jigs. I've got my different ones. I think these are all-terrain tackle, Bass Cave, various different ones I've gotten over the years. So as I said, that's Strike Kings there. So, like I said, if I'm in a non-lead state, this box definitely is in the boat if I know I'm going to be throwing football heads around. So I keep them separated so I don't have them mixed together, the tungsten and the lead. But that's it for that side. Now this box here is a tungsten box. As you can see, tungsten jig heads. And like I get it open. There we go. Stuck together. All right, what do we got here? Some Tungsten Neds. Looks like everything's kind of messed up here. It's probably got banged around a little. Put that back together. So, some Tungsten Neds, some Tungsten tube heads, some Trocars, some Woos, a little combination here of different smaller Beast Coast tungsten Ned type heads. Some, I believe these are, I think these are Woos here. I think this is all Woo stuff. More Woos for Neds. These Kitech Tungsten super round jig heads, I like those. I pick them up every now and then. Land Big Fish has a sale, I usually throw a couple packs in. So I have a lot of those, different sizes. And I always cut these out, put them in there so I don't forget. This is the Queen Tackle live sonar tungsten jig head right here, which is it's a nice new jig head. And these, I believe, are also tungstens. I don't know, the thing is gone. There's another one I gotta fix here. I think those are, I think most of these are Woos that aren't marked. But that's it. So this is this boat. This is usually in my boat all the time. It's all my tungsten weight, depending on what I'm going to throw. Am I going to throw a net? I'm going to throw a tube, maybe a swim bait, maybe just a shaky head, or any kind of a jig head, something. This is always in the boat. So as I've said a few times, is now that I'm in a no lead state, I've had to kind of separate everything, keep myself organized. And these last three boxes are these bigger boxes with different. This is Underspins, and I like these deeper boxes for that. So for you guys who like to throw Underspins, the Flashy Swimmer, I got some Berkeleys in here with the fusion hooks, which are very nice. I mean, I could do a video just on Underspins. I think those are Flashy Swimmers in there. More Berkeleys, I think these are Venoms. Their version of it. Got that at Vermont Field Sports in Middlebury. But if you guys like Underspins, there's lots and lots and lots of options. Getting to that time of year where I may be throwing in Underspin more. Just some different companies with their Underspins, some of the old horsehead ones. Fish head ones, some that are still in their original packages. You guys have all seen these, different sizes, different, color on the jig head. What's this one here? I think that's SK bait company. I don't remember where I got those, but just different types of Underspins, just Underspins galore. If you guys like Underspins, here's the box you want. Different companies, different styles, different types of heads. Some tiny ones, those from Dave's Bait and Tackle. The old Roadrunner version, which I kind of like because I've always liked that head, that original head. I always did well with that. With Kitechs on there, I always do well with that. But that's my Underspin box. I don't know how organized these boxes are now at the end of the season. In September, they might be a little mixed up. Swim bait heads. We'll see how many of these are really swim bait heads. All right, let's see what we got. Some different companies. K&W Custom Baits. Here's some of their screw on, heads for swim baits, which I like for the Kitechs. Some 6 cents. That's an empty box or an empty bag, so that was probably more of these. I think these are from, the Real Shot. They make a nice screw on swim bait head. Different ones here from, there you go. Remember Tackle and Field? Revenge Baits, that's their version. VMC, Berkeley, True Bass, some of their heads. Like I said, I could do videos just on these type of heads. See, some of these are empty because I probably used them up or I didn't put them back in the right place. Just different swim bait heads, different types, different brands. Those are wacky worm ones, more Berkeleys here. Guys have used their half head jig heads are nice. They're all good. Just depends on the style you like. I tend to go for the screw-in type ones if I'm using the smaller baits. And for these bigger ones, if I'm using the bigger swim baits, I'll use these. Even though that Core Tackle Tush swim bait head has kind of become the one I've been using more lately. Not that these will not and do not have a place in my, in my fishing still. All right. And last but not least, I believe this is swing head jigs. Now the swing head is something I've done occasionally. I've caught some fish here and there. I don't have a ton of confidence in it yet, but I think it's just more me not sticking with it long enough, really getting the hang of it, the right time of the year. But it is a cool technique of getting that swing head, big football head, throwing those creature baits out there and kind of just throwing it like a crankbait. These are just regular stand-up jig heads. This looks like a little bit of everything here. This is more like a for like spider jigs. Some mega bass Okashira heads, which are for your finesse fishing. A whole bunch of them. I like those a lot. Just some random ones in a bag. And some Damikis. Excuse me, guys. See what happens when you're doing live video? These things happen. I don't have a sneeze button for my video, so. The Damiki head, if you guys have thrown the Damiki head before, it's really cool. Those fish are suspended. Later in the year, winter time, that'll definitely be, and these guys will definitely be more used. So I'm going to do some, that's one of my first ever spider head jigs that I used to use from, I don't remember who makes that. Maybe Gets It, I'm not sure, I forget. Or maybe, that might be Arky that made those. These, I believe, are from Profound Outdoors. I'm not sure, though. Those might be Edwin Evers heads, but I'm not sure. But just some different, whatever style of this you guys like to use, that Strike King one. It's a tungsten one, you can just pick your own hook. The wobble head from Santone is nice. You see those on Tackle Warehouse. They're all good. Just depends on which one you like to use. If you want to use the old Gene LeBrew one, whatever you guys like, they're all good. But these boxes I like, these plain old bigger size boxes for these. And they're waterproof too. So, in 23 minutes, that is it. So it's not going to be a 45-minute video. But that's it, guys. That's the tungsten and lead and different styles of terminal tackle that I have. How I have it broken up, and now how I've separated everything here, living in a no-lead state, just so I don't, make a mistake and bring the lead with me when I'm not, when I'm fishing local. So that's it. So if there's any questions on any of this stuff, and if you, saw a terminal tackle type that you were interested in, that you haven't seen a lot on or know a lot about, I'd like to see a video just on that and how I throw them and the baits I use with them, just let me know in the comments. I'd be more than happy to do another one more specific to the individual technique, okay? So that's it for now. I appreciate all the support, and I will see you guys soon on YouTube. Mark out.